Welcome back to the Bleach Wiki podcast. We're back for chapters 666 and 667. Dole, Del, Nil, and bigger, louder, stronger. God damn it. Oh, two list names. I'm Zell.
45.
Future.
I'm Shiffy
Sat.
with 4 less wisdom teeth.
Sal.
Son.
Yep, and we're doing a double review today because we totally forgot last week. So, let's get mine out of
It
the
wasn't
way.
any of our faults. It was all of our faults.
Yeah, it was mostly Sun's though, because
Wasn't my fault.
No, we gotta blame Zill.
because she was getting a breast expansion so she could get a super boob. It was she decided that was more
No,
important.
Zill, it's your fault by default.
And
Just automatically, it's your fault.
And then it redirects to Sun. That's how it works.
And then back to me because I don't know.
So
Yeah.
are we saying I know I have double redirect size tits?
Yes, it's exactly what we're saying. Thank you for being coherent. Anyway,
Do her tits redirect to an article?
I thought the surgery is for her to get some breasts on her back so they can see them when she's coming and when she's going.
No. But then she got to wear some weird shirts. Like damn, god damn. But yeah, so let's get my stuff out of the way first because like with the 662 review, I'm kind of busy on my phone and I want to stay on here for an hour and a half while we're talking about when the conversation inevitably goes back to Superman or something. So, for the last chapter, I thought it was considering what everyone was predicting that Askins could survive because he ate 2 hearts. No, he died thankfully, and he went out with. Even though now Urahara and Co are now caught in a ever increasingly powerful gift ball deluxe, aka the best gift ball, and Nell's back and gonna go save him. At Urahara's little speech on being prepared for war was pretty good, and of course, when you cut to Gerard at the end, and you have Byakuya and Hitsugaya actually bantering about height, which was hilarious. And Kapachi shows up, and this come next chapter, we learn that he's basically there, not to finish the fight, but to act as, like, I guess a signal for Gerard's next aspect of his power. Because, at first, in the most recent one, 67, he's wrecking Gerard, he's throwing him around, clashing with him, and then you see that once he cuts his sword, well, there's a giant, cut in his chest. And since he's Kenpachi, he can just take that. But, if Hitsugai or Byakuya did it, they wouldn't be in the fight after that. So I think Kenpachi is here to get wrecked. Literally just that. But, yeah, both chapters are good, in my opinion. 67 was definitely less dialogue heavy because it had Kenpachi, so yeah. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Alright, you mind if I go next?
Yeah. Oh, also one more thing. Fuck you, Manga Stream, for releasing a chapter fucking 6 hours late. What is wrong with you?
I mean, it could have also been 18 hours. Never mind.
What is
if only he actually
fucking-
paid them, he could have not paid them that week.
What on earth was happening? Did they drop their copy of Bleach in the blender? Like Jesus Christ!
No. Kuo did that.
Oh yeah, Urahara got Kubo sick, and Urahara made Manga Stream delay their chapter.
Well, Kubo totally did blame Urahara for 665 being a week late.
Yeah, I think that's canon. I think we should add that to his page under plot. Between the plot summaries for 64, 65, Urahara made Kubo sick.
I think that would still be hilarious trivia, but
It would be great trivia.
I'm just saying, Kubo at the end of a Shonen Jump issue blames Urahara.
He's like, I couldn't move for 3 days. Totally Urahara's fault. Goddamn hilarious. All right, go.
I mean, Urahara could have just reconstructed him, but
Yeah.
It's okay to good now. Go now.
Yep.
Go.
Okay. So for 666, obviously, as it was stated, definitely glad that Askin didn't pull some chicken Lee bullshit and all that. I did like, I did like how he had a last trick up his sleeve. I don't mind that, 'cause the last trick up the sleeve, like some people say, because it could have been worse. Like I said, he could have tried to pull his way out of it, but he didn't. Uh, Now seeing her again is pretty cool. Uh, then we go to Drawd, and of course Toshiro and Byakuya was like the best part of the chapter, in my opinion. They really were, because it was funny to see Toshiro make a joke about his height, and then Byakuya going, "Oh, excuse my outburst on all my sides," and then fucking Kenpachi shows up because apparently we need more of him, which no, we don't. We
We really
really
don't.
no, we don't.
Dude,
For
we
God's
do.
sakes, we don't need any more of this.
Honestly, really don't even need this much Mitsugaya and Byakuya either.
I can tolerate them a shitload more for so many more
I
reasons.
still want more of the people we haven't seen. Anyway, I'll wait.
Oh yeah, I agree with you, Shiffy. I would love to see Shinji get off his fucking ass and go Bonkai, but hey,
I'd like to see Momo do something just because underdog.
could you see Momo like bust out a Hado 100 and you'd be like, what the fuck? That'd be cool.
I don't even know. Is there? There might be 100.
No, but it'd be better than seeing Kenpachi do I'm gonna hack slash repeat.
Yep.
But they turn around and then 667 starts off, and I completely just like fuck you, Kenpachi. It's basically my first thoughts about the whole oh crap, the captain's free, and he's got both his arms back. Of course, he's just doing his shit. Again, more hilarious between Toshiro and Byakuya. About Toshiro's height. And Byakuya, like your fixation on your height is quite disturbing. And then Kenpachi tries to attack. I do kind of like how Toshiro has balls enough to like block the attack, and then Kenpachi, you better have a damn good reason blocking my attack. Oh, shut up. But then, like Zill was saying, it was just like Kenpachi's like, oh, I'm just gonna release my Shikai, and then Toshiro's like, well, when the fuck you get that, and all this other shit. And so, yeah, it was okay chapter. I think, like I said, I could deal with how Kenpachi, he kind of brought it down for me. I mean, I wouldn't say the two chapters were bad, but I would say they're because the best part, like I said, was Toshiro and Byakuya, because I lost my shit with them too. But Kenpachi he is just like a massive killjoy. He sucks the enjoyment out of the chapter like immediately when this dumbass shows up. Because as soon as I saw Draw's hand come off, I went, oh, who did that? And I see Kenpachi, I'm like, fuck. And then 667, it's just Kenpachi again doing what? The usual. Oh, I'm here to kill you. I'm here to cut you up. I don't care what your powers are, as long as I can hack and slash you 10,000 times and shit and sing Kumbaya afterward. So, yeah, that's basically my thoughts on the chapter. It's just like they were good, or they were okay, but they could have been better if they just like shot Kenpachi in the head.
Well,
Alright.
I guess I'll go
Alright.
if I can just get it out the way. So what we had Askin dying finally didn't come fast enough, and him pulling this gift ball deluxe supersize counter attack or whatever. I long for the days when you defeat somebody and they just die. Like, what happened to those days?
Good old days when
s-
everything was made of wood.
Exactly. When Shunsui fought Stark and slashed him across the chest, and Stark just plummeted down to the ground, thinking about, oh, my friends, I'll finally
And
be
when
with
we
them again.
we rode cars while running.
What happened to those days and stuff like that, where you can kill somebody without like all the extra bullshit and stuff like that? No, that's not possible anymore. Now we have to you defeated me. Oh well, I have this one little thing left under my sleeve. I'm gonna be dead, so I ain't gonna see it happen to you, but you're gonna die. Like, come on. Like, was that really necessary? No, it wasn't. So, I didn't really care for that part. I do like the fact that we saw Nell again and that, she's going to do her best to try to get 4 people out of this gift ball thing, which I don't know how she's going to be more capable than Grimjaw, but, it is what it is. What you call it? What was it? What the hell's happened? Oh, so yeah, the whole thing with Hitsugaya and Byakuya, that was kind of like different because Hitsugaya is always very self-conscious about his height, and now he's sitting here making height jokes. And Byakuya's just like looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's like, okay. And then, they're sitting there doing their best to, and then all of a sudden, Gerard gets his freaking hand lopped off. Now, initially I thought, okay, that is something, worth noting because that could be cool. But at the same daggone time, now it's just like, oh, here's Kenpachi again. I'm like, oh, for the love of God. It wasn't enough. It apparently wasn't enough for Kubo that, he used Kenpachi to make the case that, even strength can beat imagination. Now he wants to make the case that even when it comes to size, it doesn't matter how big you are as long as you have unbelievable fucking strength, you can do any damn thing. Only to find out that cutting off freaking pieces of Gerard only allows him to regrow them back even stronger. And what does Kenpachi do? The same thing Kenpachi always does. No strategy, no tactics, no what did that guy just say? No, none of that. Just, I'm just going to keep hacking and slashing until Hitsugaya has to jump in front of him like, yeah. And he's like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, didn't you just pay attention to this? What happened? Like, if you keep doing that, he's just going to get stronger and bigger. And then we're all going to fall down in fucking Soul Society. He's like, well, I'm just going to hack and slash him on the way down. What the fuck do I care? Like, really? Really? There's nobody else? Nobody? Nobody can take on this fucking giant? Like, where's Shinji? Where's Love? Where's anybody else besides Kenpachi Zaraki? Like, for the love of God. Like, it's like we started out with a huge amount of good guys compared to bad guys when they went up to the daggone Royal Palace. So I said, how the hell is this going to work? Then they got rid of most of the daggone good guys, and now it's just like they don't have a fucking enough to daggone take on this one daggone freaking obstacle in their way. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And instead of daggone using anyone else, I don't care if it was fucking Khan, fucking super kicking him in the face. Anyone else besides Kenpachi Zaraki, who we have seen like I don't know how many fucking times. And I mean, they even had daggone do a little brief explanation for exactly how the fuck he showed up there. Kicked his ass, kicked his way out of the fucking regeneration tank, and he's like, oh, my fucking legs are back, my arm is back. Let me go fuck up myself some more because I haven't daggone lost enough limbs and body parts. Like, I mean, this is just like ridiculous. So, yeah, we get to see his feats of strength, him almost getting stepped on, and him throwing the giant to the ground, him going for taking his Shigai out, further destabilizing what we know about his Zanpakuto. Actually putting a dent in, Gerard's sword, but to no avail. We're still in this very long, drawn-out, and unnecessary battle. So, I don't know. I'm not really. I mean, on one hand, I'm kind of interested, but in the fight, but only so much so that I would love to see somebody else that's not Kenpachi get involved in it. If that were the case, I would actually care about what's about to happen, but it's not the case, so I kind of don't. But I would be interested in finding out who can actually counter this guy, because apparently it's not Zaraki with the hack and slash method. Because that's not going to do anything but make a bigger, more powerful version of Gerard. So
maybe he'll get so big and powerful he'll just explode.
Yeah, that never works the way you think it does.
No, I was just thinking of like how they did with Grimmy, that he just got too over imaginative. I was just saying.
Oh,
that's
well,
That's what I was just saying. Like I was making fun of the fact
that would probably work considering it's Kenpachi he's fighting.
But the other thing I forgot to mention too. You see the manga stream translation when Kenpachi's like throwing draw, he's like size matters. I'm like, do you have a problem or something? Are you overcompensating?
That big ass sword, why not?
But see, that's why I can tolerate Byakuya and Toshiro a little bit more because they are more than just like a simple one-trick pony.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Byakuya, they can do so much more. I mean, I would again, like Shiffy said, I would love to see more people, but damn, Kenpachi, just fuck off. So who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go.
Did Zill die?
I think he did.
No, I think after he was done, he left.
Okay.
All right, so I guess I'll go.
Alright.
All right, so with the first chapter out of this, like everyone else, I'm glad Askin is dead for real and that like some snake thing didn't come out of the hole in his gut being like, I told you I can't die. Glad that shit didn't happen.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, we really don't need any more flamingos around here.
What do you think he would have turned into?
I don't know what the hell he would have turned into. I'm just glad he didn't. But
So sinful of you, Future.
I know, I'm so sinful. But anyways. Overall, glad that Nell showed back up. Always just glad that Kubo didn't forget she's still around. Then probably the highlight of the chapter was definitely Hitsugai and Byakuya, just because it was so unexpected that two of the most serious characters in the series are basically a comedy duo now.
Yeah.
Hitsugai acknowledging that he's short, Byakuya being like, how am I supposed to respond to this? But then you have to get to the end. Gerard gets his arm cut off, and I'm like, okay, now who's this? And then it has to be... I'm just gonna lay it out there. I am sick to death of Kenpachi already.
That should be our April
like-
Fools. Just change Kenpachi's article to.
I'd be in favor of that at this
What,
point.
replacing Kenpachi's entire article with that?
No, his article name.
Yeah.
I'm, but seriously though, it's like we've probably seen more of Kenpachi in this freaking arc than we've seen of Ichigo. I'm not even joking. We've probably seen more of him than we have of the freaking main character, and it's like, what more do we need to get out of this guy? It's like
It's 'cause I think
bring out anybody else for this. Anybody else but this guy. It's like I wouldn't have even minded if it was Hitsugai and Byakuya teaming up to fight this guy. I wouldn't have minded that as much. Why do you have to bring in the freaking most overused character in this whole freaking series? It's like, oh god.
And not just overused, but just like fucking retarded.
And it's like, it's not even that he has that much to show. All he does is cut stuff. At least Byakuya and Hitsugai have variety in their abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I think even Don Kanonji has more techniques than Kenpachi.
Shit,
By the way, that would have made a way more interesting fight.
Shit, man. Kego could do more than Zaraki can. I can't kick his ass, but he can do a lot more.
Seriously. We could probably get more development out of freaking Kego and all of them fighting, showing up trying to fight Gerard. Anybody else but freaking Kenpachi. It's like, what else do we need to get from him? And then we get to this chapter, it's just more of the same. Kenpachi like, oh, I'm just gonna cut you and stuff. Like, and the thing that irritates me so much is that he has learned nothing. Absolutely nothing over the course of this whole freaking series. He's just like, oh, I'm just gonna cut you. And Hitsugai shows up like, well, you can't drop him from here. He'll just destroy Soul Society. He'll be like, well, I don't give a shit. And it's like, we really don't have anybody better than this. Really? We can't see... We can't see anybody's freaking abilities. We need to bring this guy back in. Are you freaking serious now? Oh, God.
See,
Sorry, 45. You were going to say something.
No, man. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I was just going to point out. That's why I told Sal. I said it'd been so much better if Unohata just would have killed Zaraki, absorbed his power.
It really would have been. It really would have been. Because at least she'd be around to, explain her abilities, but that's an entirely different can of worms right
not
there.
just explaining her abilities, but she also had fucking variety. She wasn't afraid to use keto, like, oh, keto's used by weaklings and shit. She didn't give a fuck. She's just like, I'm gonna kill you any fucking way I see fit. So, yeah. So she should have totally, like, Odahime should resurrect Odahime. I mean, Odahime, just damn it, should resurrect Unohata. That way she can kill Zaraki, absorb his power. Then we're done with Zaraki for the rest of this thing. And then Unohata can kill Gerard. There we go. We can probably get an explanation on her bunkai.
That would have been infinitely better than this. Because it's like, all Kenpachi can do is cut stuff. That's it. That's all his characters. And then we get Gerard to explain the name of his sword, and apparently it means hope. And then I get in my mind, so you're telling me that not only is Kubo having Kenpachi kill imagination, but now you're gonna have him freaking kill hope.
And
like,
miracles,
really?
Man. Well, the other thing I think why Zaraki is Zaraki, like I said, he's like the fucking Hulk. The problem is dumbass people don't want character development or actual characters with talent. They just want the same guy who does the same bullshit over and over again and calls it a night. He's like I said, like,
but Zaraki has loads of character development.
The fuck he does. I know you're joking, son, but it's just like, but it's like, you're right. He killed Unohata. Oh God, I hate saying that. And then he's all like, everyone's like, ever since he's done it, he's mature because he cared about Yachiro. Okay, he might shown a little bit more care about Yachiro. Like
he didn't even. He's always cared about her. It's the same.
No, I mean it's like they were saying like how he ordered his men, but then turns around. And then he goes full-blown fucking retard, and when he meets Perinda, he sits there and does the same shit. I'm just gonna slash you. And then Perinda just like fucks him up, and then he comes back, and what's he do with Gerard? I'm gonna slash you. It's like, you stupid inbred bastard. Why are you doing the exact same shit that you've always done? Why did Unohata have to die for your stupid fucking ass?
It's like, I know Zill would probably disagree that he hasn't shown any development, but like, it's like I said, over the course of this series, Kenpachi has learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's still the same overpowered, uncaring, freaking brain dead, mindless dumbass that he's been this entire series. Like, so he's shown some care towards Yachiro. So what? That's just what he's
always done. He's always done that.
And so what if he gave his men an order? What the fuck could he do? I mean, it's like, yes, I mean, like I said, he's just a one-trick pony. He's the definition of, I think if you looked up in the dictionary, you would find a picture of him.
And like, the one thing about this is that maybe that ending of the chapter kind of opened up for maybe someone else could come in and take him out, but I swear to God, if the word Bankai exits Kenpachi's mouth at any point during this fight, I'm freaking done. You can mark me down as saying that. I would be freaking done. Because then we would have gotten to the point where we don't see Shinji's Bankai. We don't see Love's Bankai. We don't get an explanation for what Unohana can do. But we get freaking Kenpachi using Bankai?
And then I will sit there, and I would tell all those motherfuckers who want to talk about Ichigo and plot Kai to fuck off, because Zaraki should definitely not have Bankai. So if they even try to go, well, Ichigo, look, motherfucker, Kenpachi's a billion times worse if he says Bankai during this fight.
Seriously.
There's no way in holy shit hell that he could sit there and say he learned Bankai. Bullshit.
It's like I won't be done reading the series. I'll still read it to the end. I'll just be done taking it seriously. Just straight up. I could not take it seriously if it comes to Kenpachi using freaking Bankai.
I think that would be our most hated review ever. I think all of us will probably get into agreement and, just like, we'll probably spend like 2 hours just like saying, Fuck Kenpachi.
I probably wouldn't have much to say. All I would do is friggin' show a picture of a notebook I had that just has Y written infinite times.
Yeah.
But oh man, I ranted more than I thought I would. But
Makes you feel better.
it's really what I thought. The chapters were okay. It probably would have been better if we had, less Kenpachi involved.
Hallelujah.
Please, no Bonkai. Please, for the love of God, no Bonkai.
Anyway, can I go next year?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Anyway, okay, so, sorry, let me start. Lost my train of thought here. Not that I ever had one. All right, so anyway, not much that hasn't already been said, but anyway, this chapter or these two chapters, I'm going to start with 666. This chapter was pretty interesting. Unlike to kind of agree and disagree with people here, I definitely do like that. Askin did just die rather than pulling like Lil bullshit. But I actually kind of like this trick he pulled because I gotta admit it's not quite because it's not the bullshit Lil pulled, but it's having a contingency, which I gotta admit is kind of cool, and it is kind of a little more expected of the Quincy because even if they're dead, you see, Askin's death kind of does two things that help the Quincy's. His death gives Bach more power, and then it pulls off this insane reaction with his barrier. I think it's a kind of cool contingency. I like it. Anyway, after that we cut to the Gerard fight and whatnot. I do agree. We really don't need goddamn more of fangirl, fangirl fodder.
Mm-hmm.
Byakuya, Toshiro. We really don't need more pretty boys. I gotta point out something. I'm gonna point out. I was looking at the Viz version of this of 666. The height joke was relayed a little differently, kind of doing it in the complete opposite direction. The statement was Hitsugai saying, "I guess with our height difference, 2 against 1 wouldn't be cowardly." I guess he's comparing them to, Gerard.
Mm-hmm.
Byakuya just stares at him. Why are you looking at me like that? You want to say I always have a height disadvantage? And then he's like, no, of course not. That's not why I'm sorry. Why did you apologize? Look at me! After all that stammer, you still apologized. Hold on. He's like, after all that stammer, you still apologized. So I think the whole thing is like, I don't know. Viz kind of took it to mean that Byakuya was trying to make fun of his height in kind of a passive way. Anyway. Then going back again to the Viz chapter, as soon as Kenpachi shows up, Hitsugai and Byakuya actually say the smartest thing in the world. Here comes trouble. all I can think of is they're both saying it at the same time, so I have the urge to say and make it double. Prepare for trouble and make it double.
Which one's Jesse and which one's James?
Shit. I'm gonna have to say Byakuya is James because James has always been a little much of a pretty boy. and Jesse was always a little more level-headed and kind of a sarcastic demon bitch, which kind of fits Hitsugaya.
He's a demon bitch?
Well, I don't know. Her dry humor kind of matches Hitsugaya. It's kind of like counterparts. I'm gonna say Hitsugaya is Jesse and Byakuya is James. That kind of works, I think.
James.
That would be Kenpachi. I can just see a tiny Kenpachi jumping up. That's right. Oh god! Wait, why did I just put that image into anyone's head? I am so sorry for whatever listeners we have left. I am sorry I put that image in your head. Anyway, No, I'm just gonna scroll through the next chapter here. Yeah, this is yeah, I definitely do think we really don't need more Kenpachi. This is really getting kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Anyway, and I think Manga Stream's going back to their little stupid bullshit with translation liberties because they kind of brought back the Kumbaya thing, which was really stupid. Oh, and then Kenpachi saying size matters because that's totally it. Size matters. If you'd see my eyebrows raising constantly,
Is that what was raising tonight?
son.
Sorry.
Son.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
When are any of us ever sorry?
I know. Sorry. But yeah, sorry.
It's kind of interesting that I'll admit what we did get with this current appearance of Kenpachi was we did at least get to the point that other people have now seen his Shikai because no one else did before this.
Mm-hmm.
The only one who was even in anywhere nearby the last time he did it was Remy, who's now dead.
Mm-hmm.
So it was while I really don't think we need more Kenpachi, it was nice to kind of see, the point that two other captains, and his third and fifth seat, have now seen, what his Sanbakuto can actually do.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely something. I'll give it that much. But yeah, other than that, I really don't think we need anything more out of the other two guys. We really, 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 really don't. I wouldn't mind seeing a little more out of Yumi Chika. That'd be kind of interesting. I'll admit that. Seeing him, finally just giving up the whole charade and showing everyone his true Shikai would be interesting. I still absolutely want to see Shinji do Bankai. Who else do we got in the area? We got Love in the area. We got Lisa in the area. Love's a captain, so he's likely got a Bankai.
No, he not. Correction.
What?
He captain class.
Well, former captain.
Thank you.
Love is a former captain,
I
so
was
he
about to
likely has a
correct you,
Bankai.
Bleach Wiki.
I would certainly like to see that. I still stress that it's possible that a lot of the other Visor probably do because they've kind of been training for 100 years away from Soul Society.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fair to at least say maybe a few of the ones who were only lieutenants may have achieved it. Maybe. But it's just speculation right now. So, Lisa, maybe. Seeing her pull one would be interesting. Seeing Hachi at least pull a Shikai would be nice, but that's gonna happen as likely as Yoroichi.
On my Shiro.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't even seen her, and she's not even like a regular keto user. She just doesn't do. I mean, Mashiro, Tessai, Yoroichi, Hachi, they just don't do this shit. I don't know why. I mean, they have these things, so I don't know why they don't fucking use them.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly would be nice. And like I said, I would still I for the sake of an underdog doing something, I wouldn't mind seeing Hinamori actually pull something. I think it would be rather interesting. At least to an extent. Seeing just just a little more out of her, I think. That's what we need. A little more out of her. Because she is a lieutenant. I mean, she needs to do something at least. She's barely done shit, and she's actually got power, kind of. But anyway, let's I don't got much more, but all in all, aside from a little too much Kenpachi, and a little too much other, fangirl fodder, it was a couple good chapters. I'll give it that much.
Hot damn.
Hot damn, the rush.
I got my food.
All right, anything else?
Sorry. What?
Son, I think, have you?
You're the last one, son.
Am I?
Yep.
Sorry, I just tried to be quiet because I was keeping my family up earlier. Because I'd be tonight. Right, okay. Right. Sort of disappointed that Nell's been relegated to rescuee person. Kind of feels like the Orihime of the group, of that particular group, because that's what Orihime does.
Nell's what now?
She's relegated to rescuee. She didn't get involved in the fight. It's just, oh, I'm gonna pull you out now. I'm not gonna fight though. Oh.
Well, I mean, she's kind of being the rescuer, not the rescuee, at least.
Oh, well, you know what I meant. I'm very tired. You try looking after kids all day.
She's not the damsel in distress. She's, doing something.
The damsel causing the stress.
Jesus.
But
don't tell Lemurs that.
No, I like Nell. Well, when she's not baby Nell, I can't do baby Nell. I hate that character. But I will admit I wanted to see more from Nell, and I'm sorry I've decided to take my tablets right now. But I'm so tired. But okay, right, wiki, right.
Wake up, son.
Right. Actually, I wanted to address the point that you said about, you remember, because Sal and others said about, the kind of last attack of Askin, and you were like, oh, well, I'm glad that the Quincy's aren't just yada yada, and it kind of matches the Quincy's. While I'll agree it matches the vindictiveness of the Quincy's in general, I don't agree that it matches Askin, because Askin was only doing what he was doing he was like, Askin is almost like, kind of like the, we just say like Ledger's Joker, like just setting fire to the world just to watch it burn kind of thing. And what would be the point in him doing it if he's not going to watch it burn, if you know what I mean? I don't think it matched up very well with him, that kind of last minute
actually,
attack.
let me stop it first. There's two things. First of all, I think the Quincy's in general, they realize, given the data they've had on the Shinigami in the past, all the data from previous fights, they've realized that if we lose a fight, we need a contingency like this.
But no, I get that. That's what I mean. And Quincy, that's what I mean. I agree. The Quincy in general. I mean, in terms of what we know of Askin's personality, he has no real loyalty to the Quincy. His loyalty is based on, I just want to see what he's going to do with the new world, and obviously,
but this
his
really,
last
the whole
attack is not
contingency
going. But what I'm saying is that his last plan is just not really kind of conducive to him, because it's not going to be it's not going to fulfill any of his aims personally. He's still going to be fucking dead. He's not going to see any of it. That's just why I'm saying that in that aspect of it.
Well, where Lil was, I refuse to die. Was like, I refuse to die. Askin was like, yeah, I'm gonna die, but you know what? I don't feel like dying alone because you suck.
On that, as much as I hate Lil, I wouldn't mind going back to his fight right now, because I do not want another Saraki fight. Oh my god!
What you want to see him with? You want to see multiple Lils fight Kira? That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I want to see Kira kick everyone's.
I would hugely prefer zombie Kira kicking Flamingo Leo's ass right now.
Yeah,
I prefer that infinitely.
I mean, do you remember that chapter when we realized he was still alive? We were all fucking annoyed. But now we've got Saraki back, and it's like, Okay, we were fed up
I
with
would honestly
Sasuke.
prefer to see
Time
Leo
it
get
by
his ass
30.
kicked, you know?
Times it by 14 years by how many times, how much more we are fed up with Saraki here. Come on. It is like, ah. I mean, I'll get to the whole Saraki thing in
I
terms of,
want more Zaraki as much as I want more BGs.
yeah, BJs or BGs?
BGs.
What are BGs?
They were a kind of a. They sort of started the whole disco bullshit in the 70s.
Oh, right, you're actually talking about the band, the Bee Gees?
Yes.
Right, okay.
I want more Zaraki as much as I want more BGs, and no one wants more BGs.
Fucking disco's dead and so should be Zaraki.
Staying alive, staying alive.
No one wants more BGs.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So I just that there was just my point on it. Like that's why I said I was agreeing with the in terms of the Quincy in general, but in terms of Askin's personality, I don't think it synced up very well. You know the whole because he has very much his goals where he wanted to see the world get destroyed and then be rebuilt, and what was going to happen. That's what he wanted to do. Um. Then moving on. La 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 la. I was so sad. Can someone tell me, is that why is that chapter in is that chapter not in English at all then? No.
Wait, is what?
666.
Oh, the title? Yeah, no, it's just another kanji title.
It's just not okay, no worries. What does
Kubo does that. He does that a lot.
what does it mean?
What?
What does it mean? I'm assuming it translates.
Oh, it's like empty puppet temple is what Viz said.
Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, so yeah, obviously right, nice one. So now has to go in and pull Grimjo, Urahara, and Yoruichi and Yoshiro. Fuck, she's got to work cut out for it. But yeah, no, but I like the way it was kind of done though that you've seen her. She was watching it more or less. So I'm assuming that it was meant for both of them. But Grimjo, being Grimjo, just jumped on in there. I was like, "Fuck!" Rawr. You know, whenever he remade the path and stuff for him. So obviously Nell's being more careful and kind of because you could see her analyzing the situation. But yeah, over to the Gerard fight, who now I'm calling him Gerard too. Fuck. Uh, we all know how I feel about this. It feels repetitive to me. We have all seen a giant fight our guys having to team up against the giant, blah blah blah. It does feel repetitive, but I did enjoy the banter between Byakuya and Hitsugaya. It was fun. Because number one, because the two of them are just the most serious people in this. Well, Hitsugaya tries to be serious, but in the end, he's still a little kid, and he's still a kid. Basically, and whereas Byakuya is like, here I have gone through so much grief in my life, I must be serious. So it's kind of nice seeing that banter, because in terms of maybe that's evidence of maybe a little character growth on Byakuya's part, kind of, not count. I do not count omakes, sorry, but I don't. They're not proper canon for me. But like kind of that he's kind of letting loose a little bit in terms of being actually willing to joke a bit more and stuff. After the whole near death experience, right? Emphasis on near death, not death. But yeah, oh my god, it was so. See, I actually knew who it was right away. As soon as I seen that fucking limb go, I was like, oh, this is Yami all over again, because that is exactly how Saraki showed up to that fight. And I'm sorry, but we have not had a proper Byakuya fight in this arc. Like, okay, yeah, he got his ass kicked, but that was like, oh, I have your Bankai, ha ha ha. We haven't actually seen it, so I could have done with a bit of Byakuya. No, because Saraki, he has had no time this arc. He has had nothing dedicated to him. He hasn't had characters sacrificed in his name. Nothing like that. And actually, whenever you actually think about it, he has been always that guy that shows up and is always focused on. Because, like, whenever Ichigo was fighting Noritora, there's 4 captains showed up. The other 2 fights were, like, done within 2-3 chapters each. Saraki's one went on for ages. It was like, oh, I'm really struggling. Oh, no, which one of us is going to win? Oh, we're just going to beat. And that went.
Hell, the anime version of the fight is probably like the longest fight in the whole series.
It was it was a pretty long fight. And it just went on and on and on, and it turned oh, I'm stronger because I can use 2 arms instead of 1. But yeah. So, but yeah, not that I minded at the time. It's just when you get further on down the line, which is why I did not give a shit that he killed Jericho within 2 seconds. Did not care. It was like, yay, he's had his time to go on other people. But then it was like, I haven't had any Saraki. And now it's like, yeah, we must sacrifice characters to Saraki. Annoying. But then so he shows up and it was like, this is exactly how he showed up against Yami. He cut off a limb and was like, standing there all cocky like a dickhead as usual. And I actually sort of wanted Byakuya and Hitsugaya to break the fourth wall at that moment, like, so much. But yeah, like, I'm not against him as a character, but like whoever it was said, he is just the Hulk. He's just basically, I'm strong and I'm crazy. Nah. But yeah, so moving on. And then yeah, and that whole fucking chapter of, yeah, look at Saraki go in, like, let's see something different. No, we're gonna watch Saraki go, I have absolutely no talent in terms of what would you say? I kind of get strategy. No, let's just jump in and go, I'm a full-on special Shinigami. I don't even like saying that word. But yeah, it was just really annoying. It's just like, this happens every single time. He just jumps on in, gets slashed up, and then goes somehow, pulls it out of his arse like, oh, I'm so much better because I can cut everything. Snore. But I did like actual Hitsuga's interaction with him. It was like, follow that thought through. Come on, watch out. Because like it was actually he only need to see, oh, his arm grow back, and he realized the danger within seconds. And it's like, yay, Hitsugai, I love you. Sorry, I do. I like Hitsugai. He's very analytical. But he was like, he's gonna fall. Anything that size falls, everything's destroyed. And he's like, I don't give a flying fuck. He's like, you do give a flying fuck. If everything was destroyed, you'd have nothing to fight. So don't talk shite, Saraki. Do not talk utter shite. Which that annoyed me. But yeah, so yeah, I'm hoping this takes Saraki out of the fight because I'm just hoping. Because come on, we've seen him fight so much already. It's like, yay! He cut a dimension in half. Yay! He beat someone who had Ugh, I'm sorry, but Grammy is not a person you fight with someone whose only skill is I'm strong. And that sort of annoyed me anyway. But yeah. So I'm hoping he's out of the fight, or I'm just hoping next week's chapter is not more of Apache going, but I know he's there for the fanboys that are all, because it's shonen, and shonen ga is for little boys with testosterone problems and going, I want to feel manly and size does matter and all that shite and blah. It's like, like I want to have 4,000 dicks and Saraki vindicates my manhood. But yeah, that's my mere opinion on the matter. Sorry. I tried not to rant.
40,000 dicks. Is that the name of his bonkai?
Better be, and they could stick him in Nelly L's ear.
Yeah.
It'd be the only way I'd tolerate him having a bonkai.
Yes.
Like bonkai, 40,000 dicks. What the fuck?
Yeah. Just to note here, okay? Can I actually note on this? I do not hate Bleach. I have never hated Bleach. I may have said sometimes that, yeah, I will, if a chapter does not interest me, I'm still going to read it. You know what I mean? I still love the story. I like where overall the story's going to. There are things I would disagree with. There are many things I disagree with and many things I love. There is no point there's no point in looking and reading something and just seeing only the good parts, because if you don't recognize the bad parts, you don't appreciate the good parts in life. So blah. Allow me to say that. I love Bleach. If I didn't still love Bleach, I wouldn't fucking spend money on it. I spend fucking money on it. See all those GIFs I'm uploading with so high of a resolution? It's because I spend fucking money on this series. Thank you.
Like,
The end.
I agree. It's like, I don't think any of us would really be here if we didn't still love the series. I mean,
What do you want?
I
What?
mean, the fact that we can point out like the bad stuff going on probably means that we do love it. It's that we can appreciate the good and the bad. You know.
Sorry, my little cousin has walked into the room. But
Well,
yeah,
I got
But seriously, please no Kenpachi Bankai, please.
God.
You okay? Do you want me to go down and get you a drink? Do you want? You ran out of your juice. Okay. Sorry, my little cousin. Has she found out I was babysitting, so she jumped in beside me too. And I put them all in the spare room. So nice. But yeah. But yeah, no, I fully agree. You were saying there the fact that you do. Yeah, I mean, if you just sit there, I mean, this is like someone saying, you know, do you remember when Naruto got bad? No offense, sorry, 45. But like, I like the series, but I didn't sit and say, you know, oh, it's perfect whenever anyone else just said something bad about it, you know what I mean? But I still like it. I still appreciate the bad and good points of it. I enjoy Naruto. I'm sorry. I do. I still do. I still enjoy it. I enjoyed the little kid they did there. But I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, just because you're making valid points, I hate Naruto now. No. Everyone has valid points. Harry Potter, sure, Sal for the last 2 days has been posting Harry Potter stuff. You know, inconsistencies in Harry Potter. It happens. No story, unfortunately, is perfect. And the day it becomes perfect is the day that nobody will like it. Because at the end of the day, stories are meant to have flaws. They are meant to be flawed.
Except the only problem is Naruto's not a flawed story; it's an abomination. But that's just the point. I get what you're saying, son.
But you know what I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, right? I mean, nobody ever created, like, well, romances or tragedies and, you know, comedy, it all starts out of bad points. You know, if you don't create something, if you, in your story, if you're creating something that everyone loves, there'll be nothing to kind of, you have to get kind of, it's hard to just say. You kind of have to have the kind of balance to it, you know, the kind of, fuck, I hate that this happened, but I would love it's going to happen, you know. There always has to be the characters you love to hate. There always has to be whatever, you know, you need that.
Yeah, and I agree. Each story is going to have its fucked in moments. I mean, like I said, Bleach is my favorite series. I have no shame in admitting that. But I have like hatred towards Zaraki, but I'm not going to quit reading it. Now, like Naruto. Now, see, my thing is this: when I got to the point of I wanted to just smash my head through a wall, I quit reading it. And because I'm not going to torture myself. I got tired of the shit. I was, so I said, you know what, fuck this piece of shit. This is, I mean, and I said, and the other thing I hate is when, if you don't like something, besides torture yourself reading it, okay, is you want to go into a fan base, like a fan site, and you just want to just bitch your ass off, like, for 50, 60 minutes about it. I was like, that's something I never did. You know, I understand people like Naruto, okay, just like people like Twilight and people like 50 Shades of Grey. I'm not going to go. That's Naruto's just as bad as those two, if not worse. I mean, I don't know, but I would
Sorry,
say,
it is not as bad as 50 Shades of Grey.
No, I don't know. It pretty much is. I might watch 50 Shades of Grey rather than read Naruto again, or just shoot myself. So I
I'm
don't have to do
sorry, I
neither.
have watched that movie twice.
Okay, well now.
It gave me, I went into that movie the first time drunk, it gave me a hangover within seconds.
But anyhow, regardless of which one we consider worse, it's bad. Naruto's one of the worst stories to ever walk the face of the planet. Point of it is, I'm not going to sit there and go onto a fan site and bitch about it. And if someone likes it, hey, more power to you. Okay, I'm not going to bitch at you, but don't expect me to like it either, just because you think it's the coolest thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you do got to understand that. You know, I think it's an abomination. And but I can understand if you still like it, and that's what I was saying with Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey. I understand there's people out there who are insane mentally because if they like 50 Shades of Grey, but you know, you got to let them have it. But definitely, I loathe it a lot when people do that. They go to these sites, they just want to start shit. They're just like, oh, you know, your series sucks so much ass. It's like, okay, you know what? You're a dick. I don't care how bad the series is. You're a dick, okay? Because these people love this series. They built this wiki. They put their time. They don't need to hear your bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, that's my thing. I mean, like I said, I don't go to Naruto fan sites. I don't go to Twilight fan sites, even though they made a
What are we
complete.
talking about?
We're just talking about kind of.
He's comparing Naruto to Twilight and
Twilight, really?
Yeah, it's that bad.
and 50 Shades of Grey. Apparently, I'm not really sure
Twilight
why.
is horrible. 50 Shades of Grey is nothing but Twilight fan fiction made by a
Twilight
bored
is Twilight
housewife.
fan fiction. Let's be honest.
No, we're making a
And
point that it was made a point to me last week that because sometimes I have a critical opinion of some chapters in Bleach that I do not like Bleach, which is an
oh,
utter
wait.
practical.
This is my freaking issue with these people is that if you don't say anything critical about Bleach, you love every daggone thing about it, and you don't know how to daggone appreciate that there's sometimes horrible things in it or things that people shouldn't like. But if you daggone say that you like something, you have to like all of it, and that if you are overly critical. Or if you are against something or you don't like something, all of a sudden, oh, you're overly daggone critical. Here's an idea: why don't you go get a fucking dictionary and they're gonna look up what fucking critical means? Because apparently the concept is not drilled into your head because you have the typical, American education, level of understanding of how any of this shit works, because that's not how any of this shit works. And you sit here and just pop off at the mouth and hopefully that you'll land on some type of intelligent conversation. It's stupid. Nobody's supposed to criticize anything, but when you do criticize something, you're being overly critical. But if you daggone like something, then come on, like where does it stop? Where really does it stop? You can't say a damn thing without somebody jumping on your back. And even when something's legitimate, the first thing they want to do is cut you off. When it comes down to Twilight is bad writing in general. Give a fuck about the story or the characters. It's all just bad writing. Even other well-known writers have even said that. You know how many times Anne Rice has made fun of Twilight? You know how many times Stephen King has made fun of Twilight? Because it's trash. Stephanie Myers couldn't write her way out of a paper fucking bag.
Yeah, no,
It's
I get
abstinence
that.
porn. It's abstinence porn for young housewife for stay-at-home housewives who are so desensitized because their husband doesn't show them love anymore, and they have to daggone read something about some young little daggone girl having to choose between a vampire and a daggone werewolf, and then in the end they ended up hating the daggone books because by the time they got married and had sex, soon as they had sex, all of a sudden they didn't like the books any damn more because it's abstinence porn. It's all about the love and the romance, and so then when they get fucking 50 Shades of Grey, where the only reason why they like it is because he knows how to have sex and he knows what women want. Meanwhile, he's fucking stalking the girl and buying up her place of business so he can have code of control for made her daggone sign a freaking non-disclosure agreement so she can't even tell anybody what's going on with her relationship with this guy, and he put her on birth control because he's sick and tired of using condoms and stupid shit like that. Like, he's controlling every aspect of her life, but we're gonna overlook that because the dick
He's
game
hot
is
and
good.
rich and
Which means, and that also brings up a daggone point. If this was daggone, it's okay because he looks good and he's rich. If this was Kevin who lived in a trailer park and he worked at McDonald's, this would be an episode of Criminal Minds. So you can see the total disconnect here, basically saying as long as you look good and you got money, you can get away with any damn thing. Like, so those two daggone things are just, the same concept with each other. It's horrible writing done by somebody who doesn't know how to fucking write. She doesn't know anything about the world of BDSM. That's why those people are mad at her because she's making their whole thing look like something that it's not. Anybody who's has the least a little bit of an understanding of that world knows that the submissive person is actually the one who's in control, not the daggone person who's the dominator or whatever and stuff like that. So they hate her because she's given their lifestyle a bad name. So she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's making them. Then the worst part about it is she's sitting there saying that she's changed people's lives and changed people's marriages and relationships, acting like she's a fucking guru on daggone freaking fixing people's daggone thing by writing a daggone fucking smutty book about a daggone guy who's fucking, has all these emotional and mental fucking problems and been sexually molested himself, and now he's gonna daggone do it to other people. But at least he looks good and he has money. So I mean, I guess that makes up for all the fucking fucked up shit that he's doing to his daggone girl. Or we're gonna mention the part in the second or third book where she gets fucking pregnant and then all the fucking fun dies. So yeah, that's stupid. And as far as Naruto goes, I mean, I'm not even sure how they actually correlate to each other, but as far as Naruto goes, Naruto's gone. It's off. It's done. I don't even know why we are talking about this. This is like the
No,
old
no,
damn
no,
thing
no.
with like Dragon Ball Z all over again. Dragon Ball Z was over like what 16, 17 years ago, and they said, this is a good cash cow. Let's keep on milking this for all it's worth. Let's make this new cartoon and this new cartoon and this new cartoon and stuff like that. And I mean, the only thing I actually seen good out of Naruto is this most recent Naruto game that they came out with, which I was actually pretty jealous about because I wish they would have made a Bleach game with like a half even half of the quality that they made that Naruto game out with. But I mean, my cousin liked Naruto. I never really was into it. I tried to give it a chance, but fucking Naruto himself, that guy, he annoys the shit out of me. Yeah, believe it.
Yeah.
And it just. I mean, all the jutsus and stuff like that. It's just overkill. It's just too much. I can't do it.
See, he was
So
fine, but I thought when I first got into it, he was fine because he was the underdog. But the fucking problem is at the end of it, they turn him into practically Ninja Jesus, and it's like, for God's sakes.
and the worst
not only
part
does he become
about it
Ninja,
is they hightailed it, and then they have what's his name, freaking what's his name, Sasuke, freaking get what's her name, have a kid with her, and basically reenact the very same situation that pretty much destroyed his family.
yeah, because he's an idiot.
And I'm like, for what? I mean, it wasn't a part in the last daggone thing that they had, the mini series thing that they had, where he almost daggone freaking killed her. He didn't even know who the hell she was.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, that's your fucking daughter. Good job.
well, because he's
Punch
a
her in the
deadbeat.
face.
Well, because
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
a
deadbeat.
deadbeat dad. He's
Well,
and
that's
and the funny thing is that his wife knows this. He's a deadbeat dad. He's a non-existent husband. He's off doing whatever. He's running around doing whatever Naruto tells him to do because he's a Hokage now. But at the same daggone time, all these people know this about him and do nothing about it. His wife doesn't. What's her name doesn't step up and say, "What the fuck are you doing? You have a family. Get your ass in this daggone house and daggone be with your family." Naruto doesn't step up and say, "Do you remember that shit that happened with your brother and all your fucking ancestors and all these other motherfuckers? Like, get back to your fucking family. Don't be that person." No, instead, the story continues on because the writer decided that it kind of made sense for him to daggone continue on in this self-destructive process. Like,
Hey,
it doesn't
Sal.
make any fucking sense.
Sal, I wish to God right now I could high five you right now. I swear to God, because what you just said has been one of my biggest complaints. So thank you so much. You have made my night. I wish I could high five
Right,
you.
well,
Damn.
can I actually say my point that I was trying to make before everyone got confused, please?
Yeah.
I was just going to say that it has been brought to my attention that the only reason I watch or read Bleach is because I am nostalgic for the old days. Bullshit. I actually do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It's okay to see bad and good and all.
Well, what are the
Because
old days?
I don't know. Apparently the
How far
Old
back are we
days were when
talking
everything
about?
was made of wood.
I don't know when everything in Soul Society is made of wood, but
I
the
long
fact
for the old
is
daggone days.
that I
I'll
have
have
no
the Rancor
problem in
arc back
stopping
over this
or
one.
reading anything. Like, I mean, there are times when I absolutely love series and watch them and got engrossed with them, but as soon as I don't like it, if it just gets beyond stupidity, in my opinion, like I haven't finished Death Note, I haven't got past L's death. I just don't like it. Well, I've got a bit past it.
I can't watch Death Note. I don't find it interesting.
Like, I enjoy
Okay, he has a
it.
book. He can write people's names in and they die. Big whoop.
No. It wasn't that much. I actually just actually the only person I liked in the story was L. I just liked his actual analytical thinking. After that, and it's like I enjoyed the first half of the series. I have no problem in stopping watching series if I see that I don't like it. If I don't like something, Vampire Night. I read that and stopped reading that after that. I found out that it was her brother, but then turns out not to be her brother, but they still fuck. I don't know. And it's like, huh.
Well,
So
that's different.
it's just this whole concept that, oh no, you can't. You're just biased. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I have a fucking opinion. I'm allowed an opinion. Everyone has a tech.
But this is what the problem is. People don't have any concept. This is I don't know. They're not teaching it in schools anymore. People just retarded. They don't have no concept of, you know, of critical analysis.
Mhm.
You know, you've got to get into a English college level English class to daggone understand the concept of critical analysis now, because everybody is supposed to think that it's one thing if you say, oh, I don't like that, da, 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 da. But if you have a legitimate concern, then that's entirely different. I don't ever talk about how I don't like something if I don't have a legitimate reason for why I can sit there and say that I don't like it. I don't
Mhm.
particularly like this daggone arc. I have not ever shied away from daggone explaining that, and I explain in great detail what I have a problem with, mainly because I find it really odd that characters that I have daggone been reading about for over 10 years, all of a sudden when this arc pops up, starting acting outside of their character.
Mhm.
It really just didn't make any sense to me.
Mhm.
Let's activate our bankais. First of all, you are combatant, not only just regular. These aren't like regular combatants. You're captains of the Go to 13. You're old as shit. You're daggone experienced. You know how things work. You know how to strategize and handle things. Why would you do the stupidest daggone thing like let me risk my trump card, my ace in the hole, when we know that something's going to happen that we're not going to fucking like, and it just didn't make any sense for them to act that way. The
Mhm.
way that Yamamoto was acting, not, I want to say, trying to figure out exactly pinpoint it. Um, a little bit after he realized, I mean, a little bit after with the fight with Bach. I can understand if he's angered, he's very angry and stuff like that. But for him to act so reckless,
Mhm.
as powerful as he is, I just thought that whole thing was reckless, especially for somebody who's very patient, very stickler for the rules, very, you know, who's lived over 2,000 something years. You think he would have daggone been a little bit more daggone cautious. That maybe this enemy is not going to attack me if wouldn't attack if they didn't have something set up. It
Mhm.
kind of just seemed like, okay, so I'm supposed to believe that he's just going to do this, and then he just gets taken out very easy. I didn't see how that made much sense either, because like, oh, I can steal your bankai, and I'm like, okay, so that's all he's supposed to be capable of, because
Yeah, no,
you
it's
know
like too good as Bankais or something.
Ichibei didn't have that daggone problem,
Oh dear,
and he
hold
didn't
on a
even
wee
get
sec.
to use his bankai until like
I need to mute for a
last
second,
minute.
so you just keep talking now.
Oh shit. So I just found like a lot of people to have been acting way out of character the entire a lot of the arc rather, and the whole thing. I mean, I was reading TV tropes and somebody had brought up the same daggone thing about the Unohana Kenpachi thing. They said that shit didn't make no sense. It's like, why would you give up an asset like Unohana just to empower Kenpachi, and more so when you knew that only one of them was going to come out of it alive? Like, you're in a wartime situation. You don't even have to be a military person to know that kind of thing doesn't make any sense. And it daggone just pissed me off to no avail that that was the storyline Kubo chose to write, because I guess, as I've always felt, that he's just been really has no interest of doing the rest of these bankais. or actually showcasing any of most of these fights, because we've hopped over a lot of them. So that's all I have to say about that.
Do you mind if I'm gonna head out, guys, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I think we're kind of done here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. See you guys.
All
Bye.
right.
Right, later.
Da 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 da.